Yes, you do, because you wouldn't have used that as a way to hit me. I was pouring my heart out to you. What do you do? Let me get it. Stab in here. That's what you saw, huh? You listened to me cry, and you're like, now I can get her. Is that what you think? Or you just do it without thinking? You do it without thinking, huh? You don't. Get him. Stab in when you can. You throw a swing when you can. And what win better than to win on the floor? Because that's when it's really good to hit someone.
When these two people have admitted that their fights escalate and it gets physical, both of them had admitted to that before. The best case scenario for Johnny Depp is that this is just mutual abuse between them. And his own witness, the marriage therapist, she said that Johnny himself said that Amber gave as good as she got. And on top of that, his therapist has also seen bruises on Amber in real life. So it just seems like it is best case scenario mutual abuse. But that recording that Amber did, where she's saying that she was already down, she was on the floor, she was crying, she wasn't fighting back at all, but that's the point where Johnny Depp hit her. And if that's true, then that's not reactive abuse, is it? She would be a victim of domestic violence if that's the case, wouldn't it? Because there are recordings like this was played in court on TV, and for some reason it wasn't circulating. And I think the reason for that is that people are fine to take Amber at her word. They take her word as gospel if she's saying the things, just as long as she's saying the things that they want to hear. They can take what she's saying and think that it's the truth and it means something. Like the recording where she said, I was not hitting you, I was punching you. I was punched. I didn't punch you, I hit you. They take that as if it means something, like she must be telling the truth. But for this thing, do they not think that she's telling the truth? I don't know. But it wasn't circulating, and Johnny Depp, I guess he doesn't say anything in response when she says stuff like that. But there are recordings where he talks about he is the main culprit most of the time, and that he is the one that's what the therapist said, was that he was the one who started the fights to begin with. He was the instigator. It was only late into the relationship, after they were married, 2014, before they were married, where she kind of would start fights or something. No. But anyway, the point is that he was the one who started it. And if Amber's down, and that's the point where he decides to hit her, then that's clear-cut evidence that she was the victim of domestic abuse by him. And I don't know why it doesn't get circulated. I think that Johnny Depp has really been very sneaky and created these false accusations against Amber to distract from the real issue that's going on here, distract from the things that he did. And I've been seeing like a lot of victim blaming and saying that Amber's the one that starts the fight. She's doing something wrong. But if you listen to them, she's not doing anything wrong. Her insulting him, the name calling, these imaginary affairs that she's having, him suspecting that she hid his cocaine and stuff like that. That's not a good reason. There's never a justifiable reason to physically assault someone. And that's what it seems like people are saying. Like, if it was a mutual abuse thing and he pushed her away and this and that, he must have had a good reason to do it. And it's like, well, I don't think he had any reason to do anything. And I pay attention to what Amber's saying, the things that she's accused him of. She's saying that he hits her for no reason at all. Like the first time she made fun of his tattoo, and that's when he hit her. And when she gave that tattoo story, he said that allegation never made any sense to me whatsoever. And I think that's the problem, is that he is hoping that the general public will believe that there is a rational reason to hit someone. And because he never hit Amber for a rational reason, then none of it's going to make sense. Meanwhile, he's accusing Amber of just like pounding on the back of his head just out of the blue for no good reason. And people are like, yeah, that made sense. How? How does that make any sense? How does it make any sense that she just came at him and started beating him up from behind the back of his head? How did that make any sense? If there's is there a good reason to hit someone, or is there not a good reason to hit someone? Because I'm confused, and it's just like this victim blaming that's going on Amber's side. It's only on Amber that they think that she did something wrong. I don't think Amber did anything wrong. Even the insult she gave him, I think she's justified to give him those insults, because it's just words. In my opinion, it's just words. It's unbelievable to me that Johnny Depp is banking on this idea that he is a rational person. Like, he's always asking questions back to Amber's lawyer, saying, why would you hit someone to make them agree with you? Why would I take such great offense to someone making fun of a tattoo on my body? Why would I chop off my own finger? All this kind of stuff. Like, he thinks that the people will believe that he's this drunken, cocaine-fueled menace, Mr. Like throwing paint on clothes, and Mr. like writing these menacing notes with his own blood, with his severed finger. Like, they think that we're gonna think you're a sane, rational person, that everything you do makes sense. And he had an ex testify like that he's always kind of been jealous and paranoid. Like Ellen Barkin, she said that he was always like, where are you going? Who are you going with? What did you do last night? All these questions, these interrogations, like a lot of jealous, like saying, don't do this, don't do that. And that's what Amber said. Like, she's saying that he did the same thing to her. He was always paranoid and controlling in that same way. And it seems like there is a pattern. They haven't asked his other exes if that pattern tracks with them, but I'm sure if he did ask them, they would say the same thing, that he's jealous and paranoid and a little bit controlling. But yeah, it seems to be a consistent thing with him. And the stuff that his text messages to his friends, like, it just matches the idea. And he talks about how there's witnesses to him holding the dog out of the car and like laughing maniacally or something, and then all her friends in the car being really scared about what was going to happen. And he said that also did not make any sense. The allegation made no sense. He said, I don't think hanging a small defenseless dog that weighed 3 pounds out of a window at speed is my idea of fun, even though my sense of humor is rather unique. Right. So was it fun when he was like writing those menacing notes with his own blood? Like, did he do that for fun? Why did he do that? Like, I don't know if he does it for fun. I don't know why he does it, but the question is, did he do it? And like, and then the big tell was like, when he was slamming there's that video of him slamming cabinets and stuff like that and smashing things, which is something that his ex testified that he does smash things, that he is that kind of guy. And he's saying, if she was scared to death, why didn't she leave? This is like textbook. He's the abuser in this situation. He's totally the abuser in this situation, asking a question like that. If she was scared to death, why didn't she leave? Look what's happening to her right now after she left. This is the problem. Whenever you leave, that's when the stuff goes down with the abusers. That's when they're really going to get you. And now he spread this vicious rumor about Amber defecating on the marital bed. And Amber's saying, like, that allegation never made any sense to her. And everything she's saying is right. Like, she's saying, like, no grown woman is gonna think that that's funny. And then there's evidence of him texting his assistant asking him to defecate like somewhere in the house and then blame it on the dogs, and he said that would be funny. Like, he's the one who thinks that that's funny, and he said that when that thing happened, he laughed. He was like, it was so bizarre and so grotesque that I could only laugh. So, and he was not there that day. This should have been the clue to everyone that there's no good reason for Amber to have done that. Like, even if she was gonna do it because she thought it was funny, even if that were the case, she knew that Johnny Depp was not gonna be in the house that day. So why would she try to get him back? Why would she get revenge in that way? Even when she knows that he's not gonna be there, it makes no sense. And she has no good motivation to do this thing, and yet he spread this lie, this vicious lie about her, and this is all she'll be known for, and it's being treated as a fact, even though there's no evidence that she did that. Just because he thinks that she did that, that's enough for it to go on. And it's horrible. It's completely horrible, and it's an allegation that never made any sense whatsoever. This is the true allegation that never made any sense. The stuff about him hitting her, that always made sense. That always had face validity. This one, it's just so bizarre, so grotesque. It is so outside. I don't know who would do that. Who on earth would do that? I don't know much about dogs and what their feces look like. I wish they had done a side-by-side comparison so that I could have any kind of idea. But after looking at it, I don't really think it looks human. When she said it was the dog, I kind of believe that it's the dog. I'm looking at the size of the dogs, and I'm like, yeah, it could be the dogs. But all I know is that it definitely wasn't Amber that did that. It makes no sense for Amber to have done that. She has no good reason to have done that, right? Like, it would make no sense for her to do that. So, yeah, all we can summarize is, like, did Amber defecate on the marital bed? Like, if that's the question that you want to have answered, I will say that that's a definite no. No, she did not do that. Absolutely not. Let's not forget what this case is really about. It's about domestic abuse, and Johnny Depp signed his name onto this mutual statement saying that neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. And it's true. Amber's donating the proceeds from the divorce to a charity. She has a 10-year plan. She was donating the money on time, and now all her money got sucked up by these legal fees. But she had every intention to give the full $7 million to those charities, and now she gained nothing from these abuse allegations, and he signed his name onto this mutual statement because he knows it's the truth. He knows he has hit her, and he's just doing these smoke screens, mirrors to just distract from what's actually going on here. And he's inflicting the most extreme psychological and verbal harm onto Amber right now. Like, and we've been a witness to it for the longest time. We've been watching him do this and standing by and doing nothing. Like, you wonder, like, why no one did anything. She said that he kicked her on the plane, and there were witnesses to that, and people stood by. They didn't do anything, and that's the truth. Like, we've been watching her get abused for the last 6 weeks, and not enough people have stepped up and said, hey, why is he doing this? Why is he doing any of this? He's doing something wrong here. No one said that. That they're helping him. They're helping him abuse her even more, and it's completely wrong that he's done this. It's so bad that he did this to her.